Hello, friends. Let's talk about 2025. I'm holding this phone here because I'm at a co-working space and I'm in like kind of a quiet area. And I think that the phone booths I'm in are soundproof, but just in case they aren't, I want to capture all the audio from everything that I'm saying. Last year, I made a 2024 ins and outs list, and I think it was really helpful to have, especially in terms of like reflecting on just how much I've grown or places where I was stagnant. And I want to talk about it on camera because I've been wanting to start a YouTube channel for a while, and I think that this will be like a cool place to start things off. And I also think that in terms of just documenting and kind of archiving this point in my life, it will be beneficial to have this to refer back to. But let's get into it. Starting with outs, the first thing that's out, that's always out, it needs to be out, is procrastination. I went through a period last year where I was experiencing a lot of emotions and also burnout, which I've experienced to a certain degree. I would say every year since working, which is not an accomplishment. That's not good. But last year I experienced it to the nth degree. Like, sister, I was really almost up out of here. Not like literally, but it was hard. And I think that a large contributing factor was the fact that I was procrastinating. I had a lot of freelance work that just was like piling on top of each other because I wasn't setting out time to do things in an orderly fashion. You know what I'm saying? So, procrastination, you're out of here. The next thing that is out for me is over inspiration, or the over inspiration to planning paralysis pipeline. And I don't know if this probably is like an amalgamation of things that I've seen, but also like my own thoughts. What I found in like the age of social media and the internet, for me, like being over inspired, sometimes it prevents me from moving forward because I'm like seeking that one piece of inspiration that's like, that's it. When it's like, that don't give. The internet is like great in the way that like it allows us to have easy access to things that inspire us, people we admire, but I don't want to get stuck in like the planning phase anymore. I want to get more comfortable with just executing. One of my 2024 outs was doing more than I say. That goes hand in hand with this. I can seek my own self as a source of inspiration as well. The next thing that's out is using multiple screens or doing multiple things at once. I don't mean this in a way of like multitasking, because obviously that can be beneficial when done correctly, but that is getting out of hand. It's like if I'm on my phone, then I'm watching YouTube in the background. If I'm watching TV, I'm on my phone scrolling. It like, no, that doesn't give. This year, I would like to not slip into overstimulating patterns. I want to get more accustomed to doing one thing at once. If I'm cooking, I want to be focused on cooking. If I'm doing this, I want to be focused on this. The next out is drinking regular milk. That's it, that's all. The next out is doom scrolling for obvious reasons. This year, I deactivated my Instagram a couple of times. It was after that period when I was feeling like a lot of emotions. And I think that deactivating my Instagram did a lot for my mental health. Wonders, I would say. Doom scrolling, she's out of here. The next thing is slick back buns for extended periods. My hair is in a slick back bun right now. However, it's only been like this for one day. Not too much, but like, yeah, I don't want to be bald head. Next is impulse and emotional shopping is out of here. At a certain point, like it has to end. I don't know how to end that sentence, but yeah, like I just want to stop doing that. Outs are shopping fast fashion and low quality fabrics. I think that I've like put more intention behind buying higher quality clothes, but last year I poorly planned some trips and other things that I had to just order what I could get my hands on. I don't want to be wearing no more polyester. They were saying that polyester is a hormone disruptor. I don't know how much like in real life, not in real life, but in real time that impacts me, but I'm sure it does. Like like I'm sure it does. Even like in my home, I want to stop buying like plastics, all those acrylic bins. I don't want to have that stuff in my home. I want to invest in materials that improve my overall quality of life and my health. Another out is over drinking. There was a period in summer where things got a little hectic, and I just feel like I'm too old for that. I'm not nobody mama, so if when you drink you feel fine, like, girl, do you. I just feel like I have more to lose now, where it's more risk associated with getting like belligerently drunk for me. Next out is doing things in a rush. I am someone who like does a lot of things fast, literally and figuratively. I'm always moving fast. I'm always jumping to do something. I'm very spontaneous, and I think that that's great when it's great. When it's not, it's not. A goal of mine this year is to stop rushing and to just slow down. The last two are kind of related and more on a personal, well, I guess all of this is on a personal note, but I want to stop assuming people's intent and assuming that people meant things that they didn't say or do. There's like a lot of wisdom in like trusting your intuition when it comes to like, or involved when it comes to knowing when something is off. This is a goal that I had last year too. If I'm wondering about what somebody meant by what they said or what they didn't mean, like, I'll just ask. I don't want to be assuming. She's out of here. Okay. Now that we've got through what's out, let's talk about what's in style. The first thing that is in style for me is hosting and having my friends over for random things. This was a goal of mine last year too, and I think that I did a pretty good job of it. I didn't do that a year before, and so that made me really proud. I'm reading this book called Build It and They Will Come by Kat Lantigua, a guide to architecting intentional community, and it talks about a lot of things that I've been experiencing. Like, there's obviously a loneliness epidemic. It's beautiful when you can have your friends over, do activities that help you build like a deeper connection and bond with one another. So that will be coming into 2025 with me. The next thing, coming to decisions alone without outside opinions. I don't mean this in like a narcissistic way. Going back to the planning paralysis thing, because I am an overthinker, sometimes it's like I won't move unless I have somebody's opinion, their approval, or their say so. Not literally, I don't need nobody's approval, like, I'm grown. But I just want to trust some of my own decisions more. Everything that I do doesn't require a second opinion. More of like trusting myself to make a decision and stand by it. The next thing that's in is documenting my life. I just have been like really in my memories bag. So that's in. Along the same vein, in is a better memory and better attention span. I be tripping. And I think that it's because of social media and the World Wide Web. But also consuming short form content is something that I could help. I don't know. Maybe I need to give like what like grandmas be doing, like crossword puzzles. I don't know. The next thing that's in is refining my taste. This is a goal I had last year. I think that this is something that comes with age and maturity. I would like to know, like, in detail why I like or prefer one thing over another. That means for me, if I'm talking about wine, like, I prefer this over this, not just because one tastes better. What about it tastes better? It's more acidic, it's more this, it's more that, like, that just gives grown. When somebody knows why they like something specifically, yeah. Next thing that's in our morning pages, journaling, and finishing the Artist Way. I started the Artist Way a few weeks ago. I'm a little behind because I traveled and like XYZ. But I think that finishing that book is going to be really transformative for me. So she's in. The next in is celebrating and documenting my wins. That's straightforward. Drinking more water and daily stretching. I saw somewhere that I don't think it was TikTok. I feel like it was YouTube. I saw that if you don't stretch daily, like when you get older, the ability you have to move, there's like some joint or something. Over time, if you don't stretch, it becomes calcified and it limits your range of movement. And I just feel like for me, knowing how I am, that can't be true. It can't give like cardboard. It can't give Roblox. Next thing is saving money to put towards more elevated experiences. I think that for my age, I've had a lot of elevated experiences. For Panama, I flew first class for the first time, and I don't mind. I'll get on a plane anywhere. But girl, like, I'ma just say, like, I know why people get on first class now. It's just truly like an elevated experience. It's worth it. It's worth it. What can I say? What can I say? So, yeah, she's in. Next is incorporating more routines and habit stacking. Going back to like the fact that I was experiencing like a lot of emotions at one point. I think had I incorporated more routines, it would have been easier for me to stay grounded. And I don't mean anything like 10-step uh skincare and yoga for 30 minutes and like I don't mean that type of thing. I just mean that I want to incorporate more routines to start ending my day with discipline. I was watching a video that I wish I knew like what it was so I could actually watch it again, where it was talking about how discipline creates more freedom in your life. When you have more discipline in your life, it allows you to create time for things that you really want to do. And so I think like taking care of what's important when I start ending the day will free up time in my day for me to do other things. The next in is reading nonfiction. I read a lot of fiction last year. I think part of that was escapism. That's like true tea. But I was in my nonfiction era for a long time, 2020 to like 2022. And I want to get back to that. At that time, I was just so confident in my opinion and how I felt and what I thought. So we're getting back to her. Next is fun and experimental hair and braid styles. There's this girl that I follow on TikTok. Her name is Jessie. She's French, and I think she lives in New York. I'm not sure, but her hair is always so cool. I could just tell, like, her personality through the styles that she wears, and so I want more of that in my life as well. Next is being honest and communicative about my real feelings. No holdbacks, and not saying this in a way that, like, I want to communicate about how I'm feeling in a way that lacks tact. That's not what I'm saying. I think that I just need to be more honest and be true to who I am in expressing my feelings instead of people pleasing. So, yeah. Next is considering first how things feel instead of how they look. I saw a video that talks about, or maybe it like asked a question that was like, do you want to do this or do you want to be seen doing this? Especially in the age again of like aesthetics and social media. Like, I want to do more things because they feel good to me. I think naturally, because I am someone who likes pretty things, I'm going to be drawn to things that are pretty, but I just want to be like checking in with myself more about what it is about this that I actually want to do. And if I don't actually want to do it, I'm not doing it. And then the last thing I'll talk about is putting myself in position to be and feel more inspired. I have a friend that I work with, and she is a brilliant designer. Like, she's so good. Something that I noticed about her is she looks for really good inspiration before moving forward. And not to contradict the point that I made earlier about over inspiration, but I do think there's something beautiful about being around things that inspire you. Maybe not on the internet, but going places that make your inner child happy, or going to museums, or being inspired by packaging that you see in a store, or like this cover. Like, I love these illustrations. More of that, I think, naturally would bring me closer to myself and who I am as like a creative, a person, or whatever. So yeah, girl, I just yapped for almost 22 minutes, which is why I know, oh my God, YouTube is the perfect platform for me. The girls that get it. Anyway, I hope to make more videos soon. I'll be using my actual camera. This I just felt like was cute for the aesthetic. But I think that's where I'll leave it. Connect with me. I'll put my stuff in the description, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye.